Welcome to City Skylines and the city of Portmont. In the last part, we were still growing the city after the damage that we caused with the abandoned buildings. You can see we're back up to 245,000 population. The money's coming in, but the population is fluctuating. And also, as part of that video, is I put this new train station in, and it's become a little bit too popular, which is a little bit of a cause for concern. We've got a lot of traffic coming in. We've got a bit of a traffic build up here, and just to show you, my average traffic flow is now down to 80%. We've got a bit of a blockage over here as well. I think that's due to this being a bit of a mistake. I've got a couple of narrow roads here, so I think what I'm going to need to do is switch this back up to full width highway. Okay, so we're going to get this up to full width highway. There's also a little bit of a gap there, so we need to get the traffic flowing a little bit. Hopefully that will ease off. And the other thing I also did off camera, this is a little bit of an experiment, if I can actually find it, is I put this port in because I want to do is start working on a new town here. But the reason for this port is, let me just get rid of that, is that I was thinking about getting more goods into this area, but at the same time I didn't really want to put another rail line in because I'm a bit concerned about getting the crops down. In fact, there's a bit of a mistake over here actually. I just noticed it. I thought I'd done the connection, but what I'm going to have to do is pick up here and come around here. Because what I want to do is start shipping crops from here to here using this cargo line. Now this is a kind of a bit of a feature of the game, and just to show you here, this is transport into cargo hub. You can see what this is actually doing is transporting goods from here over to here. And the reason you can do this is the fact that if I come in here and show you with the boat connection, you can only do it if you get two ports on an external transit link. So you can see the yellow dotted line there. So there's a little bit of a tip there, guys. Now the other thing, looks like we've got a bit of a problem here. I need to upgrade this. So I think what we're going to have to do is, I think I can go the whole hog here. If I pick up this and go to there, actually I don't really need, I think we can actually downgrade this to and that might be a bit much. Then that means I can actually take this out like that. It wasn't the busiest of, and if I come here, what that should do is start to pull more traffic off. And if we can see the road markings, what we should now get is a dedicated left turn. So what that should do is start to sort the traffic out a little bit and make it flow a bit quicker. And then this might actually reduce this queue here. Yeah, I think that's now starting to settle down a bit. And this is something you need to remember, especially when you're up around this size of city, around 250,000. Smallest possible changes can have quite a big inertia on a city. Kind of part of me says upgrade these as well. Get a little bit of a flow going, so that these vehicles are actually approaching at a bit more speed. Yep, I think that's easing off a little bit. I do need to get some more farming community. Now something I do want to work on, you can see we've got a demand for commercial, and if I can find the necessary buildings, I've got these two specializations, and I was looking at this side of the map off camera, and what I noticed is that we've got this area here. So what I want to do is we're going to put in a little bit like that, come up here, and this is a way that you can get to that 5,000 without causing too much damage. I think if I come down here like this, because we got a little bit of demand here, so what I want to do is come in here like that, and what we're going to do is put this as a tourist specialization, this as a leisure specialization, and then what we're going to do is just put some here, because we are building this up very much as a leisure area. And what I'm going to do is just put this here, getting very close to the train station or train line there, but it'll be okay. And I think what I want to do is just use this area here, and maybe we will go low density through here like that. Just want to check that coverage. Yeah, I think we're going to push that out a little bit further like that. And the idea is that as this grows, oops, where's that? This should grow up pretty quickly. I mean, we're nearly halfway there already. So just by putting in small areas of leisure and tourism, I mean, we could probably do the same over here. Is reschedule this area here like this through maybe a little bit here as well, and we could probably grow it a bit. So if I push this out like this, again, we're just going to put that in there like that. And what that should do is readjust and rebalance. You can see that even though I haven't actually put down any new commercial, that's actually started to absorb and grow that area there. Now, and something else I want to do is I was actually looking at the unique buildings, and I'm gonna have to try and find it. And if I can find it, there it is. What I'm thinking is to put a university, not a university, a observatory up here. And I'm I think probably the best way is to take a road off here, but I don't want anything too elaborate, so I thought what we can do is just put a maybe a dirt road up like this to right, and then what we should be able to do is put the observatory up here. There we are. No power, no water, so we're gonna have to, well, I can't see it being a problem. We can kind of hook directly across like that. The annoying thing is a little bit of the power, but we can fix that as well. We can run that down to there like that. So it means we've now got an observatory up here, which can, well, bring in some tourism, I think. Yeah, so bring in a few tourists. And we can have a little bit of fun with this, can't we? Why not? I mean, this is one of the things about when the city gets to a certain size, you can start to relax and have a little bit of fun with it. In fact, yeah, let's see what we got here. We got here end of line cable car. Let's put a, and maybe work that down there. What we can do is just put a little bit of a cable car there. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's a little bit impractical, but I mean, truthfully, if you're bringing in tourists won't want to come all the way up here, so maybe putting a little bit of a cable car in would be a feature of the city, and it will let it run through and let everything build up. A little bit more industrial building up here. In fact, what we probably could do is put some more farming in this area. Yeah, I think we can do that. And apologies, this is going to be a little bit gridded because I think it's just going to be the easiest way to do this. Put a straight road out like that, and just hook in. Take that out, and that can, and then you can reverse. Now, ideally, I should put these crop specializations in, but we do need the industry to get that other distinct building soon. So I think we'll just come out like that, and you can come like that. we do something like that and then zone over. What's this zoning here? Sometimes it can be, I think that's actually is the farming, isn't it? So we're okay from there. And what you want to do is just let this stuff grow up slowly. Don't zone out too much. Again, we're just going to hook over. In fact, what I will do is put in something that, well, if we put, congratulations, we have reached Oakland Zoological Park, so we've now grown that park up. I put that there. What we'll be able to do is get some farming there. In fact, what I could do is take the pressure off the junction. We'll put so if we start to produce goods here and we need to export them, we can send it down that road there. Of course, we've got no water. 440. Looks like the water is getting a little bit desperate, so I'm going to need to take a look at that. We're going to have to get some water supplies in. So we'll just zone that through like that. Water. Okay, let's. We've got a lot of water take up over here. Actually, there's a bit of an edge of the map here, so we just purchase some more tiles. And maybe purchase a couple over here. Don't think I'm going to be building on them. It just makes it a bit easier with the camera. I think we can just keep adding water intakes here. And we'll add, there's another one there. I think I'd want to keep the structure going with the actual water treatment over here. We'll stay ecologically sound at the moment. We'll just put a couple more of these in over here. What you could call is Foulwater Island. And that's building up quite nicely. Demand for residential. Now, where would you put this? Just want to check the. I can't remember where you're broadcasting. It was the casino, wasn't it? Grand Library. 300 library users. Now, how are we doing? So we're up to nearly 3,000 of leisure specialization, and we're over 3,000 of tourist specialization as well. Oh, actually, we had the zoological park as well, wasn't it? It's busy, busy, busy. So much to do. I think what we can do is, for the moment, I'm just going to put a quick fix in here. Just keep. Actually, what we could do is grow this area here. So we could come through there like that, and you can come like that. And we've got a hook through here. Actually, you can come across like that, and what we can do is just drop in a bit more high density residential over here like this, and just make sure there's plenty of water there. In fact, what we could probably do is this. Actually, we've got a road connection there. If I come out 1.5 here like that, what we could do is come through like that, and then I can actually we've got a road connection there, so put that there. And just going to. Now the reason I've put this bit bigger than normal is I want to check the education. This is getting a bit lax. High school, yeah, high school's feeling the pressure a little bit. So maybe we can pop a high school just in there. That should get things going. Elementary school, we could probably put an elementary about there. University, we actually have got excess demand for a university. So we do need to grow our university up a little bit. Anyway, let's just get back to the zoological park. And what we got here. Zoological park. We've got a couple of new buildings that have been introduced. I think we've already had the moose and reindeer enclosure, haven't we? What we got here? Insect and reptile house. You get that just there. Bison enclosure. This is something I'll just put in about here. Got here, antelope enclosure. And maybe we'll just put the antelope enclosure there. Again, we're just going to need to hook that up. Oops, don't want to hook from. Oh, obviously wants to hook from there. And again, we're just going to have to come out for 40. And we can hook in there. So how yeah, the entertainment factor is well over the top now. So things are looking good. Now again, you can see the demand there, and it's not actually pulling in people to this area. So obviously the demand is in another part of the city. I mean, it could be over here. We could add a little bit more demand over here. In fact, what we could probably do is come out here. Come through like, oops, there's the metro station there. And hook through like that, because of course this area isn't connected, so we can then come out like that, and maybe just come out like that, and we can, I think what we can do here is exactly what we did over there. We can create a little bit of a entertainment area here. We can just, I mean, the residents want to enjoy themselves, so we'll make Dean Hills into a residential, not a leisure area. And what we could do is maybe come and keep the freestyle theme running a little bit around here. And, oops, come out like that. And maybe we'll just run you along the mountainside like that, and we're owning a whole area here. Of course, we'll put in a big lodge of leisure here, but of course what we will do is put a pathway. Yeah, my pathway's a bit confused. I'll just take that off. And I'm going to hook that through there. And of course, we've still got a bit more demand for industry. So let's just start working this area up. Of course, we can start to put in this area as well. Start to fill in this area here, and of course we're going to need to jump across here, so be a good way to do that is put a fire station and a health center there, because that will get the land value up and get everything going. Just want to check the transport. Yeah, we don't really have a lot in there. I mean, we could put, I mean, people will travel. I mean, especially if we put in, come here, get in close, and just put this up here. Oops, stop. Always gets me that when you, it always seems to backtrack a little bit. So if we just put in that there, then come up and across and down. And we've actually got this here, so if I put in, now I'm going to disturb the farming, but it means that anyone coming through here wants to get to there and just hop on the metro, and we can sneak a little bit more farming onto that area there. So that's absorbed up the demand for industry. Just keep an eye on the traffic. We're holding at 81%. We've got quite a lot of traffic flowing through here. It is a cause for concern, because it's literally coming off this area here, and a lot of it's coming up through there, and it's all going down here. My instinct is to put a dedicated road from here through to here to take the pressure off of this junction, because this is starting to congest. In fact, I think I will do it, because most of the traffic is coming out of here. So if we actually, let's go underground, and what we're going to do is come right across here to here, then we're going to come up there, we're going to hook into there, and what that should do is start to pull traffic that wants to go here, because instead of going all round here on the slower roads, although this is actually one way we can actually speed this up a bit, back to highway, 2-lane highway, down, and what we're going to do is just upgrade this to a highway, and the extra speed should pull the that should make a difference, because what should happen is that, did I actually do this bit? What should happen now is that the trucks that want to go over here should realize that this is actually a faster road, so they should start to get moved. Famous last words. What's this? Yeah, I mean, that's, I suppose it might, again, as I said, it will take a little while for this to start to work through. Let's just get back to my, go up to 3,400, 3,400. And I think that is now cues the time to start work on this area, because what I want to do is build a kind of touristy type town here. Actually, maybe no, we're just going to leave that there. Of course, one thing we have got a problem with now is my industry area up here. I mean, we could actually, yeah, that's a thought. Let me just pick up here. How's the dirt situation? Okay, this is going to hook here. And what I'm going to do is we've got natural resources here, which we're going to need to dig out. Let me just pop this up. And I'm just going to go up. Actually, go up to this, no, bit bigger. We now start to excavate into here like this, and what I'm going to do is use the soil that I'm extracting to push out this area here. Got to be a bit careful, because I don't want to interfere with the shipping line. So what we're going to do is just keep pushing out this area here like this. It doesn't take long to find a bit of ore there. Didn't notice that. And of course, this will flood. So if you're going to do things like this, you need to do it in a kind of slow time process. Where's it gone? There it is. We're just going to keep excavating out here like this. Well, we can just push this out. I think that's about far out I can go there, so we're just going to keep pushing out this area here. We can first cheat a little bit here and push this back a bit, and then we'll push this out this way. This is what you could call land reclamation on a grand scale. If you ever do the, I think it's called the island hopping scenario, land reclamation is something you do tend to do on a very big scale. I think we got enough for one more little bit of a push out here. So I'm not worried about the flooding here. It will disappear over time. We can just keep pushing this out. Just take this back a little bit. So we got a little bit of a land shape here. Like that. And then we can just, oops, and we should just have this area here. I mean, we got another area here, but I'm not sure I really want to develop that. So we've now got this kind of ore processing area here. And what we're going to do is come to here. Raise industry area, paint industry area here. We're just going to create an ore processing site here. And the question is, can I get a road? I think we could probably get a road round up to here, though it's going to be a bit tricky. So we're just going to some reason. So I think if we put a road across the front like that, and then we can hook up like that, and then industries, ore processing. What have we got here? Academic year. Of course, we still haven't quite reached the level that we need to get to, because I need to do some more research. I'm just going to drop that in there. Actually, what we could do is drop that there, because it's not a core building for this. What I need to do is just get over here and just go into academic works, dissertation. I think we've done quite a few. Let's just do a bit of scientific study. Okay, did we level up? I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Let me just check this. Campus attractiveness. So it looks like the campus actually did level up. Anyway, we'll come back to that in probably the next video, because time is pushing on, and I do want to get this, what we call it, up and running. So what I want to do is come out a little bit this way. I don't want this to, actually, if we come there, the ground's a bit more level. And what I want to do is, we're going to need emergency services here. We're going to put that there and there. That doesn't quite reach, but we can fake this a little bit more by coming out like that and like that. And I don't want to put houses here, so what we'll do is the usual dodge. Oops, that's a bit big. What that we'll do is span that over to there. And of course, what we will do is put in a footpath, if I can remember where it is, and gonna hook through there and up to there. So that now brings this into tension. And actually, we can put another footpath across to there. And what we can do now is we run a road in, like, let's put the mapping back on, and what I can do now is look for I can hook you up and bring you over to here. Wow. That's an oil field. How come I've made that into an oil field? Wait. Ah, wrong one. Sorry. Ah. Bit of a brain shutdown there. I think it's one of the hazards you do get to when the city gets a little bit big. I think if we drop that there. Anything else up here? But you guys are still quite happily mining. I know I did actually knock down and get rid of a few buildings here. You can certainly come over here. My wandering ore fields are right. You're okay for water, but we need power, because we can hook you through there and hook anything else that we can put in for the. Now I don't want any processing up here. Industries. What we could do is, this is all. What we could do is put some barracks in. That will provide the power connection through there. And I don't really want the storage here either. Let's push that there. Yeah, I don't want any storage up here at all, because what I want is for all the exports to be brought down to here. Actually, no. Ah, that's going to be a pain, isn't it? Because the actual production buildings are over here. So now this is nearly played out. Let me just think this through. This is virtually played out. So I think what we're going to do is, we've got space here. We've got links for the roads here. You come through here. And we've got a, this is oil. Hello, oil products. What we can do is come here, push through here like this, just like this, and I push a road up through here like that. And industry, and we can put an ore main building just there, and we want some glass manufacturing. And I think what we're going to do is come into here. We're going to pick up this rotary kiln and bring this over here. A glass manufacturing plant, we're just going to bring that over to here as well. And we're going to bring over the ore maintenance building over here as well. Slope too steep. The ore maintenance building can come there. I mean, this road only goes up to the oil. We're actually going to need some storage in here. I don't want to move the other storage, so. Trouble is, it's not flat here. What we're going to have to do is get rid of some of this stuff. I'm just going to push our new town out this way, and actually just delete road here like that. And I think we hook up a newer platform here like this. I think that road will come through like that, and we'll just put some storage in here. And put a couple of storage in here. I mean, I don't need to put too much storage in here because, I mean, the completely honest truth is that we're not going to have that much in the way of ore. And that should bring that into there. Probably pick up one more of these and put that over here as well. Oops. Broken the power lines. Need to connect that into there like that. So we've got metal production and we've got glass production here. I don't think I need more production than that. But actually, if I connect through here and up to there, take that out, and what we can do now is turn this space into industrial. What we got here? Small ore mine underground. Right, we'll take that up, and that can come over here as well. You can come right out there. So, and then we can just fill this in with industrial. In fact, what we could do is just put this right across like that, and that can fit in there. What else we got here? A warehouse full of metals, which would probably be better over here as well. That can probably go on that corner there. Got an ore grinding mill. We'll take that out and bring this over as well. And then this should open up this area here. And we should be able to do a road through there. And just put in some more industrial. In fact, what we could do is come out a little bit like that. I think we'll leave that. I don't want this connected to there because that will break down that area. And we're just going to put in a little bit more industrial there. And I think that will work. We can put a bit of more industrial there. Now we're certainly starting to pick up the traffic along here, which is another possible because we've now got this industry area here. So we may have to think about upgrading this to a highway. Although we could put a connection from here. I could put a roundabout in about here, or and we'll put a flyover at the top, and then put maybe a connection down to here for this port here. In fact, we could probably use a rail connection. Was that too much? I think this is one of the dilemmas when you're working on cities like this. There's always decisions to be made. There's always new things to look at. You've got this area here. I am very tempted to put a road connection through to there, but then this is actually going to draw the traffic out. I think what we will do is, just to start with, is start to upgrade this. It looks like we've got a lot more exports going out than coming in, so maybe we'll start with upgrading this a bit and pick a bit of speed up. At the same time, I think I will just leave this road downgraded for the moment. In fact, maybe that section there. this is starting to become a little bit of a problem, because this is, I think there's a lot of traffic coming up here which is trying to get to this station, which is then causing this problem here. And we've got a lot of traffic coming off of here. Actually, I'm just going to pause here, and we're just going to take that off, and what we're going to do is pick up the 2-lane highway here, and I'm going to quite literally punch this right across to like that. So any traffic, yeah, you can see the traffic's already picking up here, and that will push all the outbound traffic across to here, and hopefully it will merge a lot more efficiently there. Yeah, you can see that will make a difference there, because, and what we've actually, looks like we've got traffic coming from here actually leaving the city. So we've got a potential issue here. I don't know, it's eased off a little bit now. What we have got is quite a lot of traffic coming through here. So maybe I do need to put a link into here. Okay, maybe we're going to do this, guys. I have to admit, I'm being very reluctant about this, because once you start down this route here, it can get a little bit messy. And let's put that there. And what that should do is pull any traffic that's trying to get to the train station here, should get pulled away from this junction. The only problem is it will then start to clog up this area here. Probably really need a second train station. Oh, actually, what are you carrying? Oops. You're not carrying that much. Right, this is causing a jam here because of that is coming around there. So I think what we can do is, although it's easing off a bit now, this is actually starting to flow. This is the traffic that's going into there. Oh, I don't know, I think we may have cracked it. Actually, I think we're just going to try fine, drop that down. So this is always the problem with clover leaves. And a lot of traffic coming here, so a lot of it is still flowing into there. And these are, I wonder how much of this traffic is trying to get to. If we look, there's not that much coming this way. Most of this traffic from here is trying to get up into this air farming area. So let's just check, where are you guys trying to get to? Oops, I don't want you. Again, a lot of it is actually trying to get up into this farming area. So some of you are going, I mean, a lot of the traffic coming through here is going that way. So if I can put I mean, we get a little bit of lane switching here. So if I maybe if I drop this down to that, might actually speed things up a little bit. So that will stop all the lane switching when it gets here. Any truck downside is it's going to cause a bit of a backlog here. Well, we'll give it a go, guys, and just to see how things actually operate. That seems to be easing off that change. This is what you're looking for. We're not getting that much traffic coming up here now, so this is flowing. Maybe if we pop that down a bit and see if that will improve the situation. Sometimes you just got to experiment a little bit. My instinct is to take a... Well, we got this road here. Let me just get back to the highway. We're going to go down. And if I can... Just going to go freestyle. So we can get in. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to hook a road up. In fact, if we go down like that and go underneath like that and then come up like that. See if we can pull more traffic off here, come through to about here. Then that can actually join up to this section here. So we'll see if that will... And then that should ease some of the pressure on here. What we can do is we've got offices here. And what we can do is just come here, E-zone this from offices, turn this into leisure. Whoops, got a little blue band along front here like this. What we're going to do is just, whoops, that, and maybe if we just add a little bit more onto the top here like this. Oops, put a straight road in. You come out like that, just like that, and we'll just a little bit more. Oops, just push this out a little bit this way like that, and in theory that should take us over the edge for the leisure specialization. Actually, we've got a little bit of a problem there, so let me just whack that out a little bit, get that in there. We've got a little bit more demand for industry. Yeah, this junction is now easing off quite nicely. And we got good flow there. We have to keep an eye on this area here. Kind of a little bit worried about all the real blocky congestion here. So we may have to put some extra roads in there, but this seems to be working. This is pulling off traffic from this area here. And I think just to wind the part up, let's have a quick run through of the traffic situation. We got a little bit of a build up here, but it is flowing out of here quite nicely. We got congestion there, but I can live with it. We've now eased off the congestion in this part of the city. We're back to 82%, which is good. We got a little bit of congestion along here, but the traffic is flowing up through the rivers. Oh, and somebody did post a comment asking about why I don't use toll booths. And the honest truth is I absolutely hate them. I don't find any purpose for them. Maybe once we get close to the maximum for the city, I'll put some in just for a bit of fun. But to be honest, I'm not the greatest fan of toll booths. Of congestion here, which is an issue. And we could probably just actually, if we do it with the one that's here, oops, no, we can't. Probably the best way to do this is I take out this here and we just bring this in like that. I mean, it will cause a problem for the traffic that wants to go into this area, but it will take off the pressure on that junction there. I mean, there is other ways into this area. Yeah, we've got a little bit better flow going there now. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.